Hey Geeks, this is Minx. I actually found out some really awesome news that I wanted to share with you. As a former avid player of Magic the Gathering, I was actually watching the top 8 of the Fate Reforged ProTour. It was a modern tournament, which is always, I like the modern format because you get to play with some of the older cards that you wouldn't normally in Standard. But anyway, during the competition in between the matches, they actually brought a couple of people out from Wizard to make an announcement about the next set. It's kind of important because it's going to be changing the way that Wizards releases future sets. They're changing the format up. Essentially, M15 is going to be the last core set that they release. Now, you're still going to get 4 sets a year. They're just going to do it in a different way. Normally, how it's been up until now is you would get a core set of pretty much, it's going to be your go-to filler cards for Standard. And then they'll release a block, which is 3 sets released over a period of a couple months. Instead, they're going to be releasing... Instead of releasing a core set, they're going to be releasing 2 blocks of 2 sets each. So they're going to be shorter, smaller blocks, but they're going to be more story-driven, is what I picked up from the announcement. They're going to be a lot more story-driven, and the kind of cool thing about this first set that they're releasing in this fashion is that they're actually kind of taking you back. It's called, the new set's name is Magic Origins, and they're actually going to be telling the origin stories of 5 of the Planeswalkers. Those of you who have never played Magic or probably don't know that each set essentially tells a story. There's always a story behind the cards that are played. And as you play, you kind of write the story in a way, which kind of adds an interesting aspect for people like me who enjoy lore as much as I do. And this will actually come in handy when I start Storytime with Minx. So I'm super stoked. This set will actually drop on July 17th of this year. So, I mean, we've still got a few months to go, because obviously they have to get Dragons of Takir out and played with and whatnot. But I have all the dates for all the events that are going for it. The great thing about this, they're going to be doing the origin stories for Jace, Liliana, Chandra, Gideon, and Nissa. The only one I don't really understand is Nissa, because I thought she died, like in an earlier block. Like, I thought they actually killed her off. But I have to do some research on that because she's not exactly a favorite when it comes to Planeswalkers. I'm excited on a personal level because 3 of the 5 Planeswalkers that they're going to be doing the story on, 3 of which are actually my top 3, like my favorite, like character-wise, which is Chandra, Liliana, and Gideon. Which is surprising because I don't really play white, and Gideon's white. I normally play, if I have to choose 3 colors, it's usually red, blue, and black. But I normally sport the mono red most of the time, so go burn deck! Anyhow, so the set itself drops on July 17th, and it'll be on the 27th for MTG Online. The pre-release event is going to be July 11th and 12th, which is exciting. Release weekend, obviously, is going to be, the launch weekend is going to be the 17th through the 19th. So make sure you check out your local shops that do Friday Night Magic and whatnot for who's going to be doing the launch weekend, the pre-release. And then there's also the game day, which is going to be August 8th or 9th. And then, of course, MTG Online is going to release on the 27th of July. They are going to have a Pro Tour for Origins. It's going to be in Vancouver, so go Canada. It's going to be a standard format, which it kind of makes me a little sad because I'm digging the fact that they're doing a lot more modern tournaments. But it's going to be on July 31st through the 2nd, so that weekend is going to be the Pro Tour. Kind of exciting because, I mean, we'll get to see some of the cards in play, but I kind of like modern over standard. You know, I have an attachment to some of my old cards, especially when it comes to my burn deck, because some of the other blocks haven't been as favorable to play it. Also, they ended up flashing 2 bits of artwork that are card art that was for Liliana, and one of them was actually Liliana before she became a Planeswalker. So they're actually legitimately telling what they were like, what their lives were like before they were Planeswalkers, and then, you know, their sparks igniting, and then what happened after, which is really cool. Apparently, Liliana was actually a healer before she became a necromancer, which is kind of an interesting little tidbit. The artwork was beautiful. You can actually look at that on the official announcement on the actual Magic the Gathering YouTube page, which I will link below, because that was exciting. And then there was another one of her after becoming a Planeswalker, and you can tell because she's got the, you know, the like tattoo-y divot things all over her body, and she's got all the bodies around her and everything's burning. It almost looked like the same location, possibly. They said they won't discuss which cards those are, although they say they will be revealing cards and more artwork and more things at PAX East on March 7th, which I think is in Boston this year. So you might want to check that out if you're in the area. If not, don't worry. They said that they will be live streaming it, so you'll still be able to catch it. And, you know, so this is really exciting news. I look forward to seeing how this actually works out. I think it has been suggested that they should rename M15 as Omega, since the first original was Alpha, you know, Alpha and Omega. It's kind of cute, you know, I could go with that maybe. I think it'll probably be the unofficial nickname for the M15 set, which I need to pick up. Like I said, I need to get back into it. I've been wanting to break out my cards and start building decks and playing again. I just haven't had a whole lot of time. But with this new news, I think I'm definitely going to have to start looking at possible things, possible matchups, and take a harder look at the Takir set. And see what I can do with it. But anyways, so that was your Magic news. Pretty exciting. I dig it. And so when we find out more, when they release the info from PAX East, I'll be able to actually give you a more in-depth look at maybe some of the cards, or at least some of the artwork. So that's it for now. Later, geeks.